warm welcome to Daily Dispatch, a show that gives you all the latest news and updates from the digital ecosystem. I'm Priya Sheth. Thank you very much for logging in. Time now to get you all the top news stories that we've been tracking for you this evening. Well, first up, health tech startup Healthify.me has acqui-hired a team of under 45 that gained popularity for helping people find slots for COVID vaccination. With this, Healthify.me has also opened vaccine slot bookings on its app and website. Moving on to the second headline of the day, Delhi NCR-based health tech platform Veto has raised 42 crore rupees in a funding led by US-based venture capital firm W Health Ventures. The funding also saw participation from PharmEasy, Merisys VP as well as existing investors. The funding will be used towards growing the subscriber base across multiple channels and geographies and product enhancement to provide care for more cardiometabolic conditions. With this new round of funding, Veto's total funding touches about 75 crore rupees. Well, India accounted for a whopping 80% of Clubhouse downloads in June. Over 5.2 million of the 6.7 million downloads that Clubhouse recorded last month came from India. Now in June, Clubhouse DAUs from India crossed 5 million, trailing only Egypt, while DAUs remained flat in the US. Moving on to the final headline of the day, reports suggest that Naspers-backed fintech giant PayU is exploring the possibility of acquiring top domestic payment gateway firm BillDesk. This could be the second biggest Indian internet-based acquisition since the $16 billion Walmart-Flipkart deal. Well, moving on to our second segment, I have with me a company that's been in news. It's raised $65 million. I have with me Pawan Nanda from Winzo. Thank you very much, Pawan, for joining us today on the Daily Dispatch. I want to begin by asking you about your $65 million fundraise. What does it really mean for the company and what will the funds really be utilized for?
Firstly, thanks a lot, Priya, for having me here. It's always a pleasure to interact with your story. Of course, it's a thrilling news. We are very excited to close our recent financing, and apart from the capital, what's more exciting for us is the kind of partners we've been able to get this time around as well on board, which is Griffin Gaming Partners, who's investing in India for the first time, and they are experts in the global gaming and interactive entertainment space. So a vote of confidence coming from them and them liking our business model is something that means a lot to us. As far as the fund utilization plan goes, we have always maintained a stance that Winzo is here to create an ecosystem, right? So we have many legs to this company. There is, of course, our users, which are in the center of it. So the idea is to continue to improve the product, add more games. So there we also partner with our game developers. Let me actually step back and first explain to you what Winzo is, right? So we basically are a gaming platform where we partner with third-party game developers to get their games on board. And then, of course, users can go to our app, download our Winzo app, and can play any of those popular global games in multiplayer format with other players. And there is also a microtransaction led monetization to it, where people can actually pay in literally small sums like 2 rupee, 5 rupee, pay an entry fee to a game. And if they perform really well, they also get some kind of a reward. So that's essentially what the model is. Now, as a next step, we want to consider ourselves in a very strong position to become the go-to gaming app for the Indian audience, right? Indian smartphone audience. And we are a product which is not just restricted to tier one. We are a product built for masses, built for Bharat. So we offer our product in 12 different languages. Vernacular is a very strong focus. In fact, 90% of our users come from tier 2, tier 5 cities. What this means now, this financing means really is we'll be going ahead and strengthening each of our pillars, right? One important pillar is the game developers that work with us. So we'll go ahead and basically strengthen our relations with them, onboard a lot more games. Not just that, we are also open to providing products that can help these developers build, monetize, and distribute their games on Windows platform a lot better. In case, let's say, there are any gaming companies, even small teams who are interested in building games or anything to do with gaming, we are happy to even finance some of those projects, provide those initial seed financing, incubate them, just to sort of help them take off. And eventually, once their product is ready, we're happy to onboard that on the Winzo platform as well. So that's on the seller side or on the supplier side. We also, from a distribution standpoint, we basically engage with a lot of game streamers, with a lot of micro influencers. Now the idea from here on is to really go on and create more products or avenues through which they can engage. These game streamers can engage with their followers a lot better, right? So that's again something that's our focus area. And yeah, the whole idea is to really diversify the product. Currently, we have 70 plus games across 5 plus formats. There's a digital storefront. There is Winzo TV, which is the streaming app. I would say there are a lot more features in the pipeline that you will see. And needless to say, as we are growing, currently we are at about 50 million registered users. The idea is to touch upon at least 250 million registered users.
Right. I was just going to come to those metrics. So you said 50 million users and you're going to look at touching 250 million users. Give us a time frame as to when you'd like to reach this kind of audience. Also give us some metrics in terms of what kind of growth you've seen month on month over the last 3 to 4 months in terms of downloads, in terms of transactions on your platform. What's been the kind of number out there?
Sure. Sorry, I think I just went on an unstoppable rant in the previous response itself. Thanks a lot for putting some rain to it. So yeah, we are currently at about 50 million registered users. The idea is to touch upon. See, we want to at the end of the day visit every household in the country, right? And a product is such which is very relevant to about 500 million odd people in India. So we definitely want to touch at least half of them by the end of next year, which is end of 2022. That's so in about, you can say, 17 to 18 months, we'll be acquiring these many users. We will be experimenting a lot with distribution, and we'll also be very aggressively distributing the product. Winzo as a brand, you will hear a lot more. So far, we've been a little more organic and word of mouth, but now we will go aggressive on branding as well. As far as the metrics and growth is concerned, of course, I think for a startup of our stage, growth is something which has been phenomenal. Of course, we've been growing actually very fast from day one, but for last 1.5 years is the time we've observed lockdown. It is only added as tailwinds, right? So now suddenly for last 1.5 years, everybody's saying that gaming is a very hot sector. Gaming companies are growing really fast. But to be honest, when we started early in 2018, we were very confident that gaming is anyway going to grow, right? The time has now come. So just to sort of from a metrics point of view, we are actually growing at a healthy double-digit percentage month on month. So yeah, to the tune of, I can't of course share the exact number, but yeah, to the tune of 10 to 15% month on month is what we've seen as our growth over the last 3 to 4 months, and we'll continue to grow even faster from here on with this funding.
Right, as we speak, a lot of gaming companies have been in focus over the last couple of months owing to the pandemic. And one gaming company we saw has also, gone ahead and listed on the stock market. We've seen Nazara listing on the stock market. Do you think that's the kind of future that you envision for Winzo? Do you think a listing could be something that could be an eventual goal for you?
So absolutely. I mean, I do not want to go ahead of myself, and because we are still young, right? I mean, Nazara was a 20-year-old company. They started in early 2000, if I'm not wrong, right? And they decided to finally go to a public market. We are a 3.5-year-old company at the end of the day. And while we have all the ingredients that any business which is ready for the public markets should have, we are still open-minded. Having said that, of course, the investors like Griffin Gaming investors, and for example, the partners like Phil and Nick, these guys have been on the board and they have worked very, very closely with Skills in the US, right? And Skills is a company which is somewhat a similar business model, and they've gone public early this year. So having said that, there is some precedence. There is, of course, a penchant or a liking among me and my co-founder. We dream ourselves to definitely ring the bell at either the Indian stock exchange or let's say American stock exchange. So yeah, that's how we think about it. But like I said, we still have a lot of growth ahead of us before we start thinking about whether we should go public or stay private. We're still weighing those options.
Pawan, give us some sense in terms of revenue and profitability. By the end of FY22, what kind of revenues are you envisioning? And in terms of profitability, how far are you from profitability?
So we are already profitable, by the way, as a business. We are, you can say that at a unit economics level. So, in the business parlance, I mean, unit economics is the most important thing, right? I mean, you can go ahead and do a lot of brand marketing, and you can do a lot of optional spends, or you can make investments that will start reaping benefits couple of months or years down the line. But as far as your unit economics is concerned, that is the most critical thing. And that is something which has always been profitable from day zero. Now, I would say currently also the business is not, like, literally not burning, right? I mean, we are pretty close to break even with all the optional spending also that we do. So in fact, this is something that we focused on from day zero. We wanted to build a really, really healthy business. And being a second time entrepreneur, I've seen what kind of leverage you can get if you are building a really healthy business that way. As far as revenues is concerned, see, I've been without really going ahead and quoting one number, because usually we end up surprising everybody, including ourselves. I can definitely tell you that we have grown 10x over last 12 months, and we will be growing at least about 5x from today to by the time we reach March 2022. So that's the kind of rate of growth we are expecting from this company right now.
All right, Pawan. On that note, many thanks for being a part of the Daily Dispatch and sharing your insights on the gaming industry and Windows growth going forward. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Priya.
Well, time now to wrap up this edition of the Daily Dispatch. I'll catch you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Goodbye and stay safe.